How many times have you told yourself, "I'll do it tomorrow"? How many times have you waited for that magical burst of motivation to strike before you start working on your dreams? We've all been there. We wait for the perfect moment, the perfect feeling, the perfect cosmic alignment to get started. But what if I told you that waiting for motivation is one of the biggest traps holding you back from achieving your potential? Think about it. Motivation is a feeling. It's an emotion. Like all emotions, it's fleeting. It comes and goes like the tide. One day you wake up feeling like you can conquer the world, and the next you can barely drag yourself out of bed. If you rely solely on motivation to fuel your actions, you're setting yourself up for an inconsistent, unpredictable journey. You're basically giving your emotions control over your destiny. Is that what you really want? To let a temporary feeling dictate whether or not you pursue your long-term goals? This is where the real secret weapon comes in. It's not flashy, it's not sexy, but it's the most powerful tool you have. It's called discipline. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. It's the engine that keeps you moving forward, especially on those days when motivation is called in sick. It's the commitment you make to yourself to show up, day in and day out, regardless of how you feel. It's about doing what you know you need to do, even when you don't want to do it. Let's break this down. Imagine you want to get in the best shape of your life. If you only go to the gym when you feel motivated, you might go 3 times one week, and then not at all for the next 2 weeks. You'll see some progress, then lose it, and get stuck in a frustrating cycle. But if you have discipline, you have a schedule. You go to the gym on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, period. It doesn't matter if you're tired, if it's raining, or if your favorite show just dropped a new season. You go because you made a promise to yourself. That consistency is what builds real, lasting results. The muscle doesn't grow on the days you feel excited. It grows on the days you show up anyway. The same principle applies to every single area of your life. Want to write a book? Discipline means writing 500 words every day, even when you have writer's block. Want to build a successful business? Discipline means making those sales calls, even when you've faced rejection after rejection. Want to learn a new language? Discipline means practicing your vocabulary for 20 minutes every single day, even when you'd rather be scrolling through social media. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but isn't that just forcing yourself? Doesn't that lead to burnout? And that's a fair question. But here's the beautiful, almost paradoxical thing about discipline. At first, it feels hard. It feels like a struggle. You're fighting against your old habits, your comfort zone, and that little voice in your head that just wants to take the easy way out. But something amazing happens when you stick with it. The more you practice discipline, the easier it becomes. It transforms from a battle into a habit. And that thing you had to force yourself to do eventually becomes second nature. It becomes a part of who you are. The person who gets up at 6 a.m. to work out is no longer fighting an internal war every morning. It's just what they do. And here's the real kicker. Discipline creates its own motivation. Let that sink in for a second. Action precedes motivation. When you force yourself to take that first step, to show up even when you don't feel like it, you start to build momentum. Complete a task. You feel a small sense of accomplishment. You finish a workout, you get that rush of endorphins. You write a chapter, you see your book taking shape. These small wins, these little pieces of progress, are the fuel that ignites motivation. You start to see that your efforts are paying off, and that feeling is far more powerful and sustainable than any fleeting burst of inspiration. You're not waiting for a feeling to act. You're acting to create a feeling. You're taking control. You're proving to yourself that you are capable, that you are strong, and that you are in charge of your own life. This builds self-respect and self-confidence, which are the foundations of genuine, long-lasting motivation. So how do you build this muscle of discipline? You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. That's a recipe for failure. Start small, incredibly small. Pick one thing, just one. Is it making your bed every morning? Is it reading 10 pages of a book every night? Is it going for a 15-minute walk during your lunch break? Choose a goal so small that it feels almost ridiculous not to do it. The point isn't the task itself. The point is to practice the act of showing up. It's about keeping a promise to yourself. Every time you follow through on that small commitment, you are casting a vote for the person you want to become. You're telling your brain, hey, I'm someone who does what they say they're going to do. Each time you do it, that identity gets a little bit stronger. Once that small habit is locked in, you can build on it. Maybe that 15-minute walk becomes a 30-minute run. Maybe those 10 pages become a full chapter. You gradually increase the difficulty, but by then, the foundation of discipline is already there. You've learned how to show up. We often romanticize success. We see the final product, the successful entrepreneur, the accomplished artist, the elite athlete, and we imagine they are powered by a constant, never-ending fire of motivation. But the reality is far less glamorous. Their success is built on a mountain of boring, uninspired, disciplined days. It's built on the days they showed up when they wanted to stay in bed. It's built on the hours of practice when no one was watching. It's built on choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term comfort. The next time you find yourself waiting for motivation, I want you to remember this. Motivation is a fair-weather friend. It's there for the party, but it disappears when the hard work starts. Discipline is your partner. It holds your hand through the struggle. It's the quiet voice that says, I know you don't feel like it, but let's just take the first step. Let's just show up. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. The perfect time is now. The magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. Embrace the power of discipline. Make a promise to yourself today. Start small, be consistent, and watch as you build a life that you once only dreamed of. The future you is depending on the choices you make today. Don't let them down. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, give this video a like and hit that subscribe button for more content to help you build your best life. I'll see you in the next one.